Hey everyone, Ryan from Ebike Escape, and in this video I'm going to show you some accessories that you might want to consider putting on your Rad Power Bike's Rad Mission. Before we start talking about accessories, if you are looking to purchase a Rad Power Bike, please consider using the link in the description before completing your purchase, as it helps me continue to make videos like this one. I will also have a link to a post on ebikescape.com, which will have links to all of these accessories that I'm talking about today, and your purchase also helps support me, so thanks in advance. With that, let's check out some of these accessories for a Rad Mission. Here we have a fully outfitted Rad Power Bike's Rad Mission, and we did do a review earlier this summer, so you can check out that video if you're interested. Now, most recently, Rad Power Bikes reduced the cost of this bike from $10.99 to $9.99, and this certainly is one of the top affordable electric bikes on the market today at that price point. And what I really like is for $1,000 you get a very simple electric bike, but if you put on some of the accessories, you really get a fully outfitted commuter, making the bike far more versatile. Some of the accessories you can see here certainly add to the versatility of this bike. And we've been using this bike over the last few months, using it to haul some cargo, and it has served us quite well. Firstly, I want to talk about a few accessories that will help you make the most of your Rad Mission. And the first one is this front basket, and the next one I'll talk about is the rear rack. So the front basket was actually released with the Rad Mission, and what makes this one unique compared to what Rad Power Bikes also sells, which is more of a platform, and then you have to buy the small or large basket separately, is this front basket is a lot more affordable compared to if you buy both of those, and it bolts right on to those 4 front bolts, and it actually works on any of the Rad Power Bikes models. So if you're looking for a small basket up front, highly recommend this. Of course, you can spend a little bit more if you want that platform and you want the large basket. We actually have that on our Rad wagon. But we've been using this front basket quite a bit, and you can see here I have some cargo straps. These are actually the ones sold by Rad, and this is just more to give you an idea of things you could put in here, and then you could use some of these straps to hold them in place. You don't necessarily have to buy the straps from Rad. Of course you can if you want to. These are a nice orange color, and they are plastic hooks, which is also nice, going to protect some of the paint from getting scraped off compared to perhaps metal ones. So really like the front basket, has a nice wood bottom, and then also you have the rear rack. And one of the reasons that I really like the rear racks that Rad Power Bike sells is they are just very well made. They're very sturdy, so that's an accessory that if you kind of have to choose between a few of them, I always recommend, the rear rack and then now the front rack, now that I've gotten to take a look at it. So you can see here we have some panniers mounted on this rear rack. So it has the pannier hooks. So you can put on some high quality panniers if you want. Of course, there are more affordable options. We use a set of $40 ones on our Rad wagon that we've been really happy with. But these are completely waterproof. These are the Ebike DX. We found that the material kind of loosened up over time, so we were able to fold these a lot more easily. Now, one of the downsides to these panniers, especially when you consider how expensive they are, is inside here you have a plastic board, but then you have these screws. And we usually stuff a lot of stuff from the farmer's market in here. And we found that these screws can kind of dig into some of the vegetables, perhaps a watermelon I think we've even put in here. So that is one of the downsides of these panniers, but they are of high quality as far as waterproofing. They also have some reflective decals on them, so there are some to consider, but they are pretty pricey. Next we have the small basket, which mounts to the rear rack of any of the Rad Power Bikes models. So I talked about earlier how I really like having the rear rack. Perhaps in the future, if you don't want to buy it now, you can buy the large or small basket, and it's going to mount right here. Of course, you could buy that front rack and mount either the small or large basket there as well. Just to give you a little bit idea of sizing, it's not a huge basket, but they do sell a basket bag, and they have these new roll top liners. We have a large roll top liner for our large basket that we're testing out right now. And you can see here I have the Rad Power Bikes cargo straps. Of course, you can purchase whatever cargo straps you want if you want to kind of stack some stuff in there and keep it down. So something to consider as well. And as far as other accessories sold from Rad Power Bikes on this bike, we have the plastic fenders. Now, of course, what's nice is these just work, but they are a little bit pricey. I will put a link in the post if I find others who perhaps post on the Rad Owners Forum of other alternative fenders. Perhaps you want to go with a metal set, but I do think having fenders are nice, especially if you're using this as a commuter. Keep in mind is one of the downsides when you purchase fenders, you will have to remove that rear wheel in order to get the rear one installed. And then the final Rad Power Bikes accessory that we have installed is the kickstand. If you're purchasing a Rad Mission, I highly recommend purchasing the kickstand. Rad Power Bike sells it for $15. It would be nice if they included it. And I believe at time of filming, they're actually out of stock. And I was on the Rad Owners Forum, which I also run, and I saw a few people talking about alternative options for kickstand. So I will definitely put a link to those in the post if you're looking at alternative solutions for a kickstand. All right, let's talk about a few accessories up front. So firstly, we have our favorite half-knee bar end mirrors. So we opted to go bar end on the Rad Mission, but because this cockpit is so simple, again, it's a single speed electric bike, you could simply slide this display over to the right. And of course you have plenty of room here. You can mount handlebar mounted mirrors if that's something that you prefer. And I will say one nice upgrade if you're looking for additional upgrades is you can get the ergon grips that are locking that actually work with the throttle. We did that on our Rad Wagon. Obviously we don't have them installed here. These are the stock grips, but I will also put a link to those because we do really like those ergon grips. Next, we have a front light by Vant. Now, they did send me this light so I could check it out, and we've been using it for about a month or so, and for the price, it is a really great front light. I will show you the different settings here, and I will also take some footage at night so you can see how much visibility it gives you, obviously compared to the front light. But one of the nice things with this light is it has the flashing mode, and it does offer some visibility during the day for traffic. That's something that we try to turn on whenever we're riding in the day, because you always want to do anything you can to be seen while you're out on your electric bike. And to go along with that front light, Vant also includes a rear light, and I believe they sell these separately as well. What's nice is it can mount directly to the small basket. As you can see, I have it mounted here too. So this will provide definitely some visibility again during the day, which is really nice. You can see the integrated light from the Rad Mission just isn't that bright. And both of these lights are rechargeable. Okay, so now let's check out some of the footage of the Vant Light at night. All right, next we have our favorite cell phone holder. So this is the one from Night Eyes. I know it looks super simple, but it just works really great. Just simply hugs the four corners of your phone. There's no issues with clamping. Some of those others clamp on your phone and perhaps hit buttons. So we find that this holds our phones nice and securely. It simply attaches with a rubber strap. Now, another thing that I thought would be worthwhile just to share with folks is a recent helmet that we received. Now, we ride with various helmets, but this one is made by a company called Burn. This is the Burn Hudson. What I really like about this helmet is not only is it MIPS rated, but it also has the NTA 8776 certification. Now, this certification was specifically made with electric bikers in mind, keeping in mind that they're going to be traveling at increased speed, so it has some increased safety. You can check out our full review of this helmet. I will link it in the blog post as well. Next, let's talk about this lock. So I opted to install this folding lock under the down tube of the Rad Mission. And one of the reasons for that is because it's just not a great place to put a water bottle cage because you can't grab it while you're riding. So it's a great spot for a folding lock such as this one. I recently did a video with Kryptonite talking about some of the locks that you might want to consider depending on where you live, how to properly lock up your electric bike. And this is actually one of their newest products. This is the 610S. It is a medium security folding lock, and it has a nice button here and the lock comes out very easily. So we've been using this lock to lock up our Rad Mission. We live in an area where bike theft isn't an issue, so this medium security folding lock does really well for us. And what's really nice is, of course, you can mount it right to your bike. Don't have to worry about bringing it with you. All right, next we have pedals. So these are actually the pedals that I took off our Aerial Rider X-Class, which was blue when we recently sold it. We really like these pedals because they offer increased grip when you're on your electric bike. Some people don't like them because you have the potential of hitting yourself in the shin, but if you're careful, they work just great. And I do have a discount code, I believe is still active, for 20% off these pedals. Hafni has sent me these, and we've been using them on most of our electric bikes and have been really happy. And since we are talking about grip, I will show off my new Shimano GR5 shoes. I'll be testing these both out on our mountain bike, and I've been using them on our electric bikes as well. And they're casual enough that you can use them on an electric bike, in my opinion, and they do offer some increased grip as well. So you can check out these if you're interested. I've been happy with them in my first few weeks of wearing them. And for additional storage, we put on a Rock Brothers top tube bag that you can see here. We usually use these bags to put small items in, like keys or wallets, and sometimes even our phone if we get caught in the rain. So these top tube bags are sometimes nice to have if you're looking for some additional storage. Next we have, of course, a suspension seat post. So the Rad Mission does not have suspension, so I highly recommend a suspension seat post. This is the Redshift shock stop that they sent me, and I've been really happy with this. I think it looks really nice. So another suspension seat post for you to consider if you're looking into them. I actually saw this mentioned on the forum recently. People were saying I need to add it to my accessories list, and I had just not gotten around to it, even though I had been testing one out. All right, those are all of the accessories that we've been using on our Rad Power Bikes Rad Mission. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, or if you have any other suggestions that I should include on this list, also let me know and I will consider adding them. Again, links will be in the description if you want to help support the channel. Really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.